Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Well, a slow day for Bitcoin, but some coins are obviously moving nicely as Bitcoin is just consolidating sideways. I just want to focus on the shorter time frame here. We take a look at if Bitcoin could already be in the breakout phase. At least it's sort of trying to get to 63K again so far. Trying to break out of this triangle pattern to the upside. We're going to take a look at that now. But yeah, if you're interested in the daily chart, feel free to check out my previous video from earlier today. But for now, let's just focus on the short term, because this is now the time when, you know, we start to see a little bit of volatility possibly come in as we're getting close to a new trading week, as we're getting close to the, well, basically towards the close of the daily candle and the weekly candle. That's typically when a little bit of volatility is coming in. Let's see. Certainly what we can identify here is that Bitcoin is still holding above our support area. So the orange support region remains relevant. The price already dipped into it a few times and started to reverse. Okay, well, it hasn't really reversed yet, but it's holding support very nicely. Support levels are defined between 60,690, 58,694, and then 57,100 basically. As long as the 57,100 level isn't broken to the downside, I'm still leaning towards one more high on the smaller time frame. And yeah, that's sort of my preferred scenario. One more high, as you can see it here. Of course, the market does what it wants to do. So the analysis tells us only, doesn't tell us the market has to hold support, but that at the moment it's obviously doing it. The analysis explains to us what are the relevant support levels and what is the level that, if broken, means we have actually put a more substantial top in place. Yeah, and that is the 57,100 level. The analysis also tells us that looking at the microstructure, it seems quite reasonable that one more high could occur here. That expectation at least is reasonable. And if one more high happens, then the next Fibonacci level that I'm watching is 68K. Yeah, actually there's one before that at around 65, which is this one here, the horizontal line, and then 68K above that. So as I said in the previous video and videos, one more high I think is what I would prefer. Possibly not exceeding 68K, but because we are so close to all-time highs, it's possible that we maybe get a wick or so above that level into all-time high territory, I think, which is basically around 69, and then we could get a rejection from there. Now the trend is up. As long as the trend is up, I'm not going to confirm that a more substantial top has formed. I hope I'm very clear about that, because Elliott Wave allows us to understand what the key levels are that we have to focus on in order to stay on the right side of the trend. And at the moment, Elliott Wave keeps us on the right side of the trend. It's still up. There's absolutely no indication that a top is in, even though when we look at the larger time frame wave count scenario, it suggests that we are already very much overextended and that a top could form very, very soon. Maybe we are already in the process of forming a top. Now then, looking at just this microstructure here, you can actually see it. It is a potential triangle pattern that is formed here. Might be complete, okay. The triangle might be complete. I have to say though that if really an Elliott Wave triangle is completed and it's an A, B, C, D, E structure, so you see that here, A wave down, B wave up, C wave down, D wave up, E wave down. Now, the important factor here is that the E wave does not break below the C wave low. And at the moment, the E wave is above the C wave low. The C wave low is around 60,250. So that means that the triangle is technically still valid, and usually we would expect it to break to the opposite side of the E wave. We need some signals for that, of course. You know, the first indication that this is breaking would be a break above the D wave high, around 63,230 to 40. And then confirmation would be a break above the B wave high at 63,640. Until that happens, the triangle can easily extend, or we might dip a little bit deeper into the support area, okay, which acts obviously as support. So we have to technically allow it to use the entire support area within our wave count, because this wave 4 could get a little bit more complex. This triangle that we are tracking could, for example, just be an internal triangle in a larger ABC structure and the B wave is the triangle. That is a possibility we have to consider. Therefore, yep, it looks as if we might be trying a breakout to the upside right now. The problem I have at the moment is that if a triangle is breaking, it normally does it with some momentum. And at the moment, there isn't really a lot of momentum, at least not yet. Okay, we always analyze what we can see in the present. There is not yet very much momentum, so we might need to be a bit cautious here. And also we haven't broken above the D wave high or the B wave high. So yeah, it could still extend at this stage, even though the trend line is broken, but that is not so important from an Elliott wave point of view. It's more like the swing highs of waves D and B. And yeah, it's, but either way, at the moment it's just moving up and down in corrective structures. It needs to hold the support, which it's doing at the moment, and therefore I'm still leaning towards another high. However, at the same time, as long as it moves more, sideways, probably we see here and there all these altcoins, one after the other, pop and move up further. So that's a bit of that's good actually. It's a good situation for altcoins if Bitcoin is consolidating sideways at a very high level, above support but below resistance. In terms of resistance, obviously you see these Fibonacci levels, but also looking at the daily chart just briefly, there is our Fibonacci resistance area here highlighted in red. No, it's actually structural resistance area. The price is just consolidating just below it. Here it's this resistance area, basically connecting these previous highs. Someone asked me in the previous video, when I talk about all-time high territory, what does that mean? Well, it's just simply a break above resistance, because the 2021 high here, that was around, basically, it's not even 68.5K, basically. So yeah, that's currently the situation. Bitcoin may be rather boring. I like it when it's boring on the Bitcoin side at the moment, because it means the altcoins are getting very exciting. So that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.